I wanted to start the song with like a, whew. Me and Benny, the producer of the song, really hand-casted everything. I feel like Bieber's the best. I mean, that's what a prime spot. That's the first spot of the song, you know. So I think he probably liked being the first guy. The meow is Halsey. There's I think there's another meow that's me too, but the main meow that you're speaking of is Halsey. But I have there's a little melody I do in the background if you listen for it, but it's Halsey. She's better than me. Did any of the artists record at the same time? Most of the time, pretty much 99% of the time, no, we got it individually. There was one night where there was this big concert in LA and like there were a few different artists at it. Ariana was performing and we were having trouble getting her in the studio because she kept having to travel and she's a difficult person to get a hold of. So we actually went and set up a makeshift recording studio in the dressing room. And then also there that night were other artists. We got Ariana, we also got, Shawn Mendes was there. The Backstreet Boys were there. Miguel was there. Meghan Trainor was there. So that was, and we were kept like pitching there. Like we'd see someone in the hallway, we'd be like, hey, like, would you like to get on the song? And that was the only night. And I remember I went out dancing afterwards, and I was in such a good mood. No, nobody wanted to change their lyrics. Sia tweaked her melody for the Kangaroo and made it way better. She was like, this melody isn't jiving with me. Can I do it this way? And I was like, oh my. These people are so talented. You gotta let them run wild sometimes. The more people wanted to really go crazy, the more they'd be able to do. Like Ariana at the very end, she's doing this whole thing like, have you ever been to Earth? Like, unless we get Earth together now. Like, that whole thing wasn't something I wrote. It was something that she just made up on the spot off the top of her head, and it was just gold. Adam Levine has like a bunch of ad-libs, and like there's Charlie Puth, the humne, humne, like the Lion King type moment. That was just, he was like, hey, can I try something real quick? I was like, okay. And he made the best part of the song. The first person we got on the song was Charlie Puth. And then we just took it piece by piece. And Leo was always one of the big pieces that I wanted to fill. And we got in front of his nonprofit, and they were all on board. You start with getting your friends on it, like people that like you feel comfortable texting and being like, hey, I've got this thing, would you check it out? And then once you get like 5 to 7 people, that all of a sudden I got Charlie Puth, Wiz Khalifa, Snoop, Bieber, and it's like this weird Ed Sheeran combination of artists that like any of the other 25 artists here, they're like, oh yeah, like that sounds interesting. The video was like in like this stick figure-y form for so long, right? But I made sure to get like one really polished moment rendered early. So I had Ariana I had the zebra really early. So I was able to show a lot of people like, this is what the video is going to be like. It was like an 8-second like clip. That's all I had of like the actual polished video. And it was a useful tool. There's so many animals that didn't make the cut where I like would write like porpoise, and then I'd put a dash next to it and think of a joke for like I remember the joke was, it's so stupid, it didn't make the sense. It was like, I'm a porpoise and I have poipus. I kind of want it to be like the Pixar movie that the kids love, that all the adults love too. Making a video with all these artists in one spot, impossible. So it felt like the right, just logical solution. And Riot and 3DAR, the people that made the video, killed it. I was planning on it being Kanye being Kanye, but I wanted to wait. He was the last guy I wanted to approach because I was like, man, this pitch has to be perfect for Kanye. Like, I revere Kanye, and I wanted to wait until the video was like really done and all the artists were on it. So that's what I did. As a result, I left myself a very small window to get Kanye, and he's hard to reach. Like, he changed his number. I had his number, didn't go through. New number. Changed his email. Different assistants. And the video was so far along that it still had to be his avatar coming up in like, and I'm Kanye West, and I love that joke. And even when I was doing the demo the whole time, it was still get a laugh out of people every time. When it was my voice being like, and I'm Kanye West. So I thought, maybe we just got to get someone else to play Kanye. And it's still kind of funny because it's like Bieber's playing a baboon. Kevin Hart played Kanye. It still works, you know what I mean? Justin Bieber, I was at, I think it was Coachella last year, because I stayed at Scooter's house, his manager. He's also my manager. And I had the demo, and we were at breakfast, and Scooter's always making me play things at the wrong time. Like in the middle of breakfast, he's like, play the song. And I'm just thinking like, now is not the time. And like he forced me to pitch him right then and there. And he was like, yeah, this is so funny, I'm in. Admittedly, like 2 years ago when I started doing this, I was like, I know there's something going on Earth and something bad's happening, but I'm not sure what, and I'm sure it's going to be okay. But like upon looking into it, it's not going to be okay. Not only is it not going to be okay, if we don't act right now, it's not going to be okay very soon. Obviously, all the profits of the song are going to charities, different Earth charities. So, fundraising is a great thing that it's doing, and I love that I'm going to be raising a lot of money to help the Earth out. But I'm convinced that if more people cared and it was a priority mentally, I think we would be, I have faith in humanity. I think that we can do it if we care. Hopefully it was worth it. I think it will. I think we're going to really help the planet.